Hello. Welcome to TurboTov. I am back for the second time this year. A quick recap. I was finishing my undergrad thesis. I will be an engineer, an industrial engineer, in 2 months. And I'm also finishing my internship. And I'm also starting a new job. So yeah, plenty of stuff going on in my life. Nevertheless, I've been able to race. I was capable of participating in 8 weeks during the last season 2 of 2025. We were able to race in IMSA some races, which you can find in this channel, with our lovely and trustworthy BMW M4 GT3. And we were also able to race in the Porsche Cup series, where racing was pretty hectic, to be fair. Some of the best races I've had, and some of the best races you'll find here in this channel, are in that series. So, this season, I am racing GT3s, the Fanatec GT3s fixed series. I'm not trying out the Open, due to the fact that we have a new tire model. Something that people have been crying for during the past, probably ever since iRacing added GT3s back in 2013 or 2014. I believe, I'm going to get into the tire model a bit later. And they also added F4s. And as you can see, my first F4 race at Tsukuba went as expected. Plenty of practice to do in open wheels. Those are the two series I'll be focusing on during the next 3 months. And now, while you see this beautiful racing with the Corvette against some Beamers at Daytona, and before I'm headed out to watch the F1 movie. Probably I'll do a review. I've heard some good things and not so good things about it. But what matters now is the new GT3s. The new GT3s, yeah. I believe it's a progress in the right direction. The most common criticism before, when driving these cars, were that the way they lost grip wasn't really progressive. There was little to no room to save the car when you were sliding around. And also, the tires basically behaved in a very binary way, where you either have tons of grip and are able to push through a corner, or you have none and you end up spinning and dying or going into a wall. That twitchy behavior, where you have to underdrive the car, hasn't been resolved entirely. Still, this is more of a personal preference thing, as I haven't been able to drive a GT3 in real life. Hopefully one day I will. But I like the way the cars behaved. That underlying aspect when you suddenly lose the car, that's something that I find believable. I don't know if it's realistic. We'll have to interview a real race car driver or an engineer if we want to know that. But I found it very thrilling, and it raised the skill ceiling in a very appealing way compared to other sims, which also don't provide the same competitive environment as iRacing does. With this new update, you have the cold tires issue. As you see here, I'm spinning a lot. That's an issue that many people are going to encounter when heading into turn 1. Cold tires are literally ice blocks. There's plenty of understeer. The car doesn't want to go into the corner. You'll probably have to go a gear lower than you expect, and you'll have to wait at least 2 to 5 laps depending on the length of the lap whenever heating up your tires. Nevertheless, once they're up to temperature, they behave in a very good way. You're able to slide them around. The speed difference between tires that are up to temperature, tires that are a little bit worn out, and tires that are in that sweet threshold where you're able to get those fast lap times consistently, that difference is much more noticeable not just in lap times, but also in how safe you feel in the car. And that's also an added element of strategy in the race. Because before that, if you overcooked a corner, if you went wide or didn't push the car further than you should, you were basically done. Your tires were gone, and cars behind were going to start to pass you and go through you for the rest of your stint until you're able to perform a tire change. That's no longer the case. That's no longer the case. Yes, tires will still have a lack of grip after an incident, but it's not as aggressive as it was before. And that provides much better racing. For example, here, I'm able to close the BMW before turn 1 at Daytona, have a pretty tight turn in, a good exit, better than him, and I'm able to get the run down towards turn 3, the horseshoe, and I'm able to get the move done. And that's a good thing, that's a good thing. Cars are a lot more intuitive, and maybe, just maybe, this is the way I can obtain 3K rating. I wasn't able to do it last season. The last 3 or 4 weeks were a disaster class on my behalf. I finished the races, probably more than a lap down. I don't want to talk about it. But still, this new tire model will provide casual racers, such as me, and probably you, whoever is watching this, a little bit more of an edge when competing. It will, I believe, it will be able to create much closer racing compared to the last tire model. It's a step in the right direction. We'll see how it goes. During this first week, it was very fun. I can attest that. And I want to race more GT3s. This season I'm racing the Corvette, although probably due to the fact that I like the guys who race the Beamer in my team, I'll do the Spot 24 in the Beamer, but mostly what you'll see in the coming weeks is going to be the Corvette GT3 C6R. No, C8R, yeah, it's the C8 mid-engine Corvette. So yeah, I just wanted to express my thoughts about this new tire model. It's a step in the right direction, and for now we'll be focusing on pure GT3 racing, also in F4, as long as I'm able to finish those races. Hope you enjoyed the video. I do recommend you giving it a try if you can, and hope you stay tuned. There will be more content coming in the next few weeks. Probably I won't stick to schedule, but rather 2 weekly uploads or whenever I get a good idea. So see you around.